jeez. My fan is loud. Alright, where is the live chat? Here's the live chat. Okay. Let's see if anyone even joins. Yo, what's up? Hold on. It is a white screen right now. Don't worry about that. Hold on, let me put this in the Discord. Where? Oh jeez, that is loud. Let me turn that down. Bossman Fin announcements. Add everyone. Bada boom. Yeah, send now. Eat my notes. It should lead right to that, right? Yeah, it does. Okay. Good. Alright. Hello, everyone. Now that we got everything set up, I can properly do this. But I'm gonna miss this channel by subscribe to your second channel, so it's 600. Well, thank you. I appreciate you subscribing to the second channel. Yeah, it's been a long road. How long have I think I've done this channel for like, I think I've done Bossman Fin for almost like 5 years now. Like, I think 3 more months when it would have been 5 years, so yeah, it's a long time. A long time to do animation, at least. Good lordy. Yeah, you know, obviously, I said all my reasons in the video, if not all of them, at least most of them. Some 2017. Oh, I created the channel in 2017, but I didn't start uploading videos till 2018. Till like September of 2018 is when I started making animations and uploading them to here. I just made the channel in 2017, but I didn't have any plans to make it a, you know, I didn't have any plans to actually, like, do anything on YouTube. Until 2018. Why did that happen? 'Cause that was yeah. I mean, you know, I started the channel because I had animations that I wanted to make, and I wanted to share them with people. That was really it. Obviously, you know, everyone around my age at that time wanted to make a YouTube channel, probably even younger. But, you know, that's the first time where I had the confidence to make a YouTube channel, because I actually had something good to make. Also, even if your channel is going to not have more content, still appreciate all these others. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Don't worry, I'll leave all the videos up. I'm not, like, removing any videos, and if I do, someone yell at me. But, yeah, no, I'm not removing any videos from the channel. I'm not, you know, not gonna private anything. Everything will be left untouched. So anyone who does, you know, like any of the videos that I have uploaded in the past nearly 5 years, you know, they have the ability to watch it. Like I said in the video, you know, with my other series that I was planning, Realm of the Forgotten, I will try and figure out some way to tell the whole dang story. without like having to put in too much work. It's no promise, but we'll see. Cause I really do feel like that story was the absolute pinnacle of my writing. Like I'm not. Redemption's writing was pretty eh. Phoenix's writing was okay, but it had a lot of flaws to it. But Realm of Forgotten, I wrote my heart and soul into that story, and too bad it only got one episode out before I had to quit. Redemption episode 9 is the most underrated of all your hits. Well, I'm glad you like it. Episode 9 was... yeah, that was the shorter one. Yeah, that video, that was a fun one to make. Most of the Redemption episodes are fun. Despite, like, the story of Redemption being bad, I actually, you know, look fondly back on Redemption. You know, I mean, obviously it was the start of what's become of my channel now, so how can I not? And, you know, out of every series I've made, it was the most fun to make because, you know, I was still a somewhat newer animator and I was a new story writer and, you know, I wasn't as burnt out as I am now. I didn't have all the stressful problems I do now. You know. Redemption was fun. Redemption was fun. You know, it was definitely the most popular thing on my channel and probably will forever be the most popular thing on my channel. I think the most, like the 10 most viewed videos, like, I don't know, maybe 7 or so of them are Redemption. I know the 3 most popular videos on my channel are Redemption related. Or Redemption related, are Redemption episodes. I think your Redemption Phoenix series are incredible. I wish we could have gotten to know Nova better. He wasn't. I agree. Because I had good plans for Nova. He was going to be really cool. And unfortunately, you guys, I cut the series right before all the cool stuff with Nova was about to happen. But I really did like Nova's character. I loved his design. You know, he had a really cool... he was my favorite model from all the custom Redemption models. Don't mind me, just casually going to fight a boss while I'm talking. But yeah, Nova was cool. Nova was pretty cool. No, I don't. I didn't want to open Yuzu. Go away. Okay. Here we go. So you're not going to be doing YouTube. I will be doing gaming on my second channel, ChadmanFinn. I linked that in the goodbye video. If you want to, you know, if you want to enjoy what I make besides animations, there's that. I'll be there. So if you still want to, you know, see what I'm doing after this channel, that's the thing. But I will no longer be making animations, so, and this channel was for animations, so I will be leaving this channel behind, yes. I won't be gone from YouTube forever. I'll just be gone from animations. And alright, Shadow. And yeah, it's just, I really can't be doing animations anymore. It's just, I'm in college now, for God's sakes. There's no time for that. I mean, between college, working on, you know, and my second channel's been a lot more fun to work on because it's so much less work for, you know. I just have to play games. I just have to record me playing games and edit them, and that's it. It's a lot more fun. It's a lot less time out of my day. It's just impossible to make time for animations anymore. It really is. That boss is easy. You know, obviously as much as I would love to you know, keep doing animations. I just don't have the motivation, the time, or the just willpower to do them anymore. So, yeah, that's the story with that. I think the end of Phoenix being episode 6 is actually an ending. It's technically made by the previous series. Yeah, that's true. You know, at least it got to that point in the series. Obviously, you know, there could have been a lot more. Originally, it was planned to be like, what? I think 10 episodes total? Yes, I am playing Genshin Impact right now. I am addicted to this game. I probably have like 850 plus hours in it. I don't record it. Maybe one day I'll make a new account and record me playing Genshin. But I do play it in my spare time. Not as much as I used to. I used to play this game like 12 hours a day, every day of the week. I've definitely slowed down on that in the past month-ish. You enjoyed my animations while I lasted? Well, I am glad you enjoyed my animations while I lasted. Like I said before, I'll leave everything up because I know people like them, and I know people hate it when YouTubers remove videos that they like to watch. I do too. I just really get upset when there's YouTubers who remove videos that, you know, I like to watch. So I will leave everything up for that very reason. Also because, you know, I don't have any reason to really remove any videos, as it's not right now, so.
Not bad, as far as treasure is concerned.
But, anyways, back to the Phoenix thing. Yeah, you know, it sucks that Phoenix had to be cut short, but, you know, obviously I'm not going to say my reasons why, because I said that was like over a year ago by now. But, you know, it's good that it ended where it did, and not any sooner. You look way too far down yourself from the bit that I've seen you talking about serious cancellations. I mean, you know, the thing with animators is we either have like the biggest ego ever, which is not very often. Well, maybe it is. I don't know. I don't talk to other animators. Or we have the worst self-esteem in the world. I am part of the worst self-esteem in the world. It's not as bad as it used to be when I was like, you know, two years ago. But like, you know, I don't think my animations are anything great. I don't think they're anything too special. Yeah, that's just you know how things are. Obviously, since I'm quitting animation, you know, and alright. But anyways, obviously, since I'm quitting animation, I don't care, you know, that I don't think highly of those because I'm not gonna be doing them anymore anyway. Rank Necrosis from 1 to 10? I don't know. He was cool. He definitely could have been a lot cooler. These are one of my favorite characters. Fair enough. Yeah, I feel like everyone had their own favorite characters in all my series. There wasn't like an everyone's favorite character kind of deal. I mean, some characters were obviously a lot more liked than others, like freaking Pulsar. Everybody loved Pulsar. I don't know a single person who didn't. But, you know, I mean, you know, there was a lot of characters that were more liked than others, but I feel like everyone liked some characters. like, that no one else liked. Or, what I'm trying to say is, you know, I don't think there was a single character that was, like, completely, like, nobody likes you other than characters that just showed up for, like, an episode or two. Oblivion, okay, that's a strange one, considering he is a mindless being, but fair enough. So you like the more villainy characters. Which is fair, you know. Villains are cool. Yeah, I don't know. Quasar was kind of a hit or miss. A lot of people didn't like Quasar. A lot of people thought he was cool. I know Shan didn't really care for Quasar, which is fair, because he really was kind of just... Yeah, which is why I changed him in Realm of the Forgotten to be, you know, A, give reasons why he did the things he did, which he had reasons for, he just didn't really explain them too well. And B, yeah, Oblivion, I think it was explained somewhere, if not in, like, a video in a live stream, that Oblivion was literally, like, a mindless creature created by Etheria to limit universal corruption by literally just removing universes. And, after a while, he realized, this thing's a little too dangerous. I'm going to seal it away. And then Quasar got a hold of it. And, yeah. You know the rest of the story. But, yeah, it's just a mindless creature, really. I'd say if, you know, out of the... I've written a lot of written a lot of villains. If I had to rank... Okay, so what were the villains? There was Clay, Quasar, Nova, and Hitori. I mean, obviously, you know, if you guys actually got to see Hitori, you know, assuming I finished Realm Forgotten, he would have definitely been the best villain. Then I would say Nova, probably then Clay, then Quasar. Quasar was the poorest written? Yeah, I think that's English. He was very just, eh. It's not that I dislike Quasar. He was just a bad villain, like, writing-wise. Yeah, now if you guys... I didn't plan to talk about anything specifically, so if you guys have any questions whatsoever, go right ahead. Because I don't have any plans to talk about anything specifically. Nice. Yeah. Also, just want to say, just because I have don't anime FNAF anymore doesn't mean I don't keep up with FNAF. I definitely don't keep up with it as much as Shan does, but I still keep up with it. Isn't Rune coming out in, like, very soon? I'm pretty sure it is. I'm excited for that. That's gonna be cool. Hopefully. I have faith it will be. I've been curious, were Clay and William ever going to make up? Because after episode 6, sure felt like that would happen at some point. Gotcha. Well, obviously they can't make up because Clay is dead. Short answer is, I don't think in any version of any story did I plan for them to ever make up. I'm pretty sure it was always just William was gonna hate Clay forever and stop at nothing till he, you know, avenged his family and himself. There was never a point where Clay and William were gonna make up. The only way it was gonna end was William kills Clay. I'm going through all the different versions of the story in my head, because obviously, you know, much like Redemption, I mean, there were many versions of Phoenix. And, yeah, I don't think there was ever a point. There might have been a point where Clay didn't die. You want to know more stuff about Galaxy and Quasar, you don't know what to ask. Well, if you think of anything, feel free to ask. I don't know what to say about them. I could, you know, their past isn't too interesting. I'm pretty sure everything about their past has already been said in some videos. What was going to happen to them in Realm of the Forgotten? I mean, you know, the most I can say right now is that they were more or less side characters, but they were definitely going to be, like, not neglected whatsoever. I was going to give them their whole, like, arc of, you know, Galaxia slowly coming to terms with everything, and maybe not forgiving Quasar, but, like, wanting to move on. And believe it or not, eventually by the end they would become friends. I know, hard to imagine, but something you gotta remember is they were friends at one point. Yeah, well, if you knew that. How many eye colors did Indigo have, and why did he have so many? His eyes showed his emotional state. So, like, red was anger, obviously, I think. Purple was serious, I believe. Blue was just regular old calm. Green was sorrow, I think. I'm pretty sure. That's from just from my memory, though. So
As far as treasure is concerned.
there was just those 4 colors, I believe. But, anyways, back to the Galaxia Quasar thing. If you have anything you want to ask specifically, go right ahead. I will answer it to the best of my abilities. Off the top of my head, I don't think I have anything to say about them other than what I just said. That they would be friends by the end of Realm of Forgotten. Please sounded really young to me, though. Same voice actor, actually, as before. That is the first time that has ever happened, by the way. I don't think I've ever brought a voice actor back from there was no, like, other voice actors that I, like, just skipped out in Phoenix that I brought back, so that was an interesting one. But yeah, Galaxia, same voice actor. Exact same voice actor. There was a reference to episode 1 of... That was a reference. Intriguing. Oh, yeah, Indigo. Kind of forgot about that. That was a thing. In what was supposed to be the Phoenix finale, was Necrosis going to be revived after dying? He didn't die in episode 6. Everyone... I'm pretty sure I made a comment in the comment section of Phoenix episode 6 because a lot of people are confused. Necrosis did not die in episode 6 of Phoenix. He was just knocked out. I thought I didn't think so many people would think he died. I mean, I kind of get it, but, you know, I feel like I would have made it, you know, me being me, I would have made it a lot more dramatic if he died in that scene. He did not die. He was just knocked out. Yeah, no, he was very much alive. I will say though, I think I said this on a live. I explained the whole what was gonna happen with Phoenix in a live stream before, but I'll say this again. Necrosis was, however, going to die in the last episode of Phoenix. He was going to sacrifice himself to kill Nova to save everyone, basically. I don't think any other character died. I think it was... Oh, actually, yeah, there was one other character who was going to die. But, you know... I will answer that only if people want to hear it. Sorry, he got 10 minutes just beat by the enemies. Gotcha. Fair enough. Yeah, I try to, you know... I try to leave, you know, any useful information in pinned comments in my videos, though I don't really do that anymore. But I also don't really... What about AZ? What was going to happen to him? AZ was gonna, you know, at the end of episode 6, he was like, "Yo, Ruby, I'm here to help you out." And she was like, "Oh, frick, we were actually looking for you before, but oh well." Yeah, he was totally gonna betray Ruby and help Nova out, if that wasn't obvious. In the end, he did, you know, he did help Nova out for the most part, and then there was a point where something happened and he, for once in his life, has empathized. And, he did go back to, you know, being an alright guy and help stop Nova. But, yeah, no, he was gonna be a little bit of a jerkwad. A little bit is an understatement, but... Were Human Nightmare part of the Cosmic Journey based on it? No, they were not. The 8th, I don't remember everything about... Wasn't he the dude who exterminated Galaxia? Yeah. AZ was the edgy Black Rabbit dude, who was, John. Which people have never read the you know, the Silver Eyes, Twisted Ones, and whatever. He's a character in those books. I kind of yoinked them from there. But, yeah, he was revived by Galaxia, so, which was revealed in episode 2? Yeah, episode 2 of Phoenix. So, that's why he looks similar to her. But anyways, with the back to the Dream and Nightmare question, I don't really remember the theories explanation videos because they were so long ago, and yeah. But no, they are their own thing. They are gods in Chan's Vengeance universe. Not as, you know. If I were to give an example of their power level, it would be somewhere in between, like, Etheria and Ruby. They're not, like, completely overarching gods, but they're not, like, you know, weak either. They're really powerful. They weren't, but both of the heads appeared on the screen while Etheria is showing off all the members of the Cosmic Journey. Alright, hold on. Let me go to this video. I've not watched this in, like, 10 billion years. So, hold on. I did not mean to go to YouTube Studio. Shh. Alright, let me find this video so I can actually clear up this. Alright, where the frick is the Theories Explanations? Is it in, oh, the Cosmic Jury one. Okay, hold on, let me mute this first.
Their new goal, however, is to stop corruption, which is caused by such things as well. As the quarrel between the gods continues, so does this very atheist situation.
Okay, so the reason their faces showed up because the video was talking about as the quarrel between the gods continued. The quarrel between the gods was Dream and Nightmare. they were the gods that the Quarrel was causing all of the different universes that Genesis created, which the Redemption universe, the Phoenix universe. Like, I mean, yes, technically the Phoenix universe was created by Etheria, but you get my point. Well, it wasn't created by Etheria. It was like whatever. It was repurposed by Etheria. But all the Genesis universes were affected by Genesis's, I don't want to say offspring because they weren't his kids, but, you know, close enough. His direct, I don't know what the right word is. I can't think of another word besides like kid or offspring or descendants. But, you know, his, there's a word for like people who come after other people. I don't remember what it's called though. But, yeah, no, all the universes were affected by them. That's why it showed that and was talking about that. So yeah. Thanks for the cabbage. But yeah, that's why it showed those demigods. No, they weren't demigods, because demigods means they were like half god. Because they weren't half god; they were fully gods. I'm trying to. There's a whatever. Doesn't matter. I don't need to feel. Hey, are you still going to help Shan with his series? If you're still helping with him, are you? I actually don't know. I mean, I'll voice act. I'm still gonna be voice acting for him whenever he needs me. You know, I love voice acting, so I'm never gonna stop doing that for him. It'll be a shame I won't be doing any voice acting for myself, but you know, I'll still be voice acting for him. And you know, if he asks me for help with that in any way, whether it be ideas or opinions on the animation, whatever, I will help him, because I think what Shan makes is cool.
You give, you receive.
And also, you know, he's my best friend, so why wouldn't I help him? Like, I've never had a friend for as long as I've had Shan, and, you know, we're about as close as, can be. I couldn't think of an analogy. So, I'll always help him with his stuff, even if I'm not doing the same sort of stuff. You know. Oh, wait, hold on. Did I miss something? How do you feel about the new First coming out? Oh, I thought it was cool. I didn't really know what to get from it, but as 2 peas in a pod, yeah, that works. But yeah, no, FNAF trailer, cool. Don't know what to think of it. Other than it was cool. I don't really understand how it'd be going to work, but I don't think anyone really does until the movie's gonna come out. There's something else I was gonna say. I hate losing my train of thought. But, regarding Chan, I actually, you know, even though that I quit, I hope that doesn't discourage him from continuing, you know, the things he likes to do. And, you know, I really do hope that he continues to do it. I think he will. I don't think he's going to, you know, quit anytime soon. I mean, obviously I don't want any drama, but, like, you know, yeah, I if you're really curious, I'll answer if I have an answer. I doubt anyone, you know, unless they really just are that petty, would be tuning into this stream. Plus, I'm pretty sure on my... Oh, wait, no, they're not unlisted, because YouTube doesn't do that, even though I checked that setting on. Whatever. Doesn't matter. You can ask the question if you really want to. If you feel like it's best you don't, then don't. That's all I can say. I also had something in mind that I wanted to say, but I don't remember what it was. Oh, yeah. Another big reason for me quitting is voice actors can be very stressful. And, you know, it's not their fault because they have lives too, but when they don't communicate why, I know, you know, Shan's also had issues with this, but they don't communicate what's going on and they just kind of ghost you. Maybe not ghost you, but, well, kind of ghost you. You know, it's a little frustrating, and that really stressed me out for a few months, and then it made me lose all my motivation, so that's another reason why I quit.
In adventuring, as in business, you always have to seize the opportunity while it's there.
Thank you, Kutching. But yeah, I think that's the only thing I had planned to say during the stream, other than you know, obviously sorry for the sudden bad news. That's why I did this stream, because I do feel bad, you know, because I've barely been uploading the past year, and then I just say, hey, I'm gone. But you know, that's why I'm doing this stream, to give you guys a last, you know, chance to say whatever you want to say, which I feel like most people would not do. So, you know, as someone, you know, it definitely helps that I am an avid. Oh, this is very specific, but I assume you. No, Galexia's VA was always good with her work. It was only one voice actor that I've ever had issues with, I think. For Realm of Forgotten. I had a few issues with voice actors for Phoenix. Not too many for Redemption, though. I don't think so, at least. But, yeah, no. All my other voice actors I've never had issues with. There was just one in particular. She did apologize the first time. But then she, then kind of stopped responding after that. So, I don't know what her issues. I don't have any hate for her. She, from what I know, she has a stressful life, so I'm not gonna dabble into that at all. I forgive her for anything. I don't care. It's whatever. It stressed me out a lot. Like, a lot. But I don't hold any negative feelings. And I hope she's doing fine. What was or is your favorite two characters from Redemption and Phoenix? I mean, one for each series. Okay. So one from each series. Okay. I can tell you my top 3 from all of my series, really. For Redemption, Clay, because he was the most developed. Probably Clay, Luminosity, and William? Yeah. Probably those three. For Phoenix, it was Pulsar, Night Trap,
I know for work-life
Necrosis,
balance,
maybe?
but
I don't know.
pushing it.
AZ? Probably AZ. And, From the Forgotten, Riku, Reen, and Mizuki. You guys didn't even get to see Reen, unfortunately. Well, you saw her in the unused content thing I uploaded. But, yeah. I mean, I liked all my characters for the most part. There's some I don't really like anymore, or whatever, but, like Ruby, I'm not a fan of anymore. But, you know, it, for the most part, I think all my characters are alright. And a rundown of the scrapped script for Phoenix. Okay, I'll try to go based off my memory. And this was of the shortened version. I don't remember what the full version was, because originally it was supposed to be like 3 or 4 more episodes. So, and then I shortened it to 1 because I was really losing motivation, then I just quit after like 2 months after that. But, I'll try to do my best of the, you know, the finale that I shortened, because that's the only one I remember. Let's see. Obviously, Ruby. I think the characters in your series with the most lost potential is Henry. So, Luminosity, then? I mean, I could have done more with Luminosity. I don't really know what I could have done differently with him. What I could have done more of with. But I don't know. I definitely feel like there was other characters that had more lost potential than him. Because I don't really know what the heck I could do differently with him.
You give, you receive.
There are a lot of redemption characters that I feel like had lost potential, but Luminosity is not one of them, because I just don't know what else I could have done with him. His whole thing was I need to find Charlie, and then he found Charlie, and then bada boom, bada bing.
Let's dance.
But anyway, script for Phoenix. I'll try to be as quick as concise as possible with this. Okay. Ruby was like, okay, AZ, you're on this with me? Alright, let's go see Etheria. And then Ace stabs her in the back and brings her to Nova. Back to the thing. Pulsar and Indigo are getting ready. They feel bad and they apologize. But they're like, hey, come, we gotta do this, Necrosis and William. We're sorry, though. And Necrosis is like, I don't forgive you, or not Necrosis, William's like, I don't forgive you, Pulsar, I trusted you, betrayed me. And Pulsar's like, I'm sad, I'm sorry, master. And obviously I'm gonna explain this a very dumb way, but, you know. You know, they do the whole thing, they revive Nova, Nova's like, yo, I'm gonna kill Etheria. This has been my goal from the start. He then actually, with, you know, as bait, he's like, oh, AZ, you have brought me Ruby. Good, she is our bait. And then he baits Etheria to come to him. Etheria does, and Etheria gets executed, just like he did to Nova many eons ago, except this time he's gone for good, unlike Nova. And, yeah, so Etheria dies, and then he locks up, but then AZ seeing how sad Ruby is, remembers when his father left, and he feels empathy for once in his life, and then is like, oh frick, I messed up. And then he tries to fight Nova, horribly loses. His cat literally dies trying to save him, so there's another death. And then yes, I kill an animal. I know, I'm heartless. Then what happens? Ruby and AZ get locked up. Necrosis and William have a big fight in their cell because they were locked up, obviously. And then Necrosis ends up cutting off William's arm and says, "You need to freaking chill out. You're dead to me." And then what else happens? Necrosis breaks out. Ruby and AZ break out. Indigo's like, "Yo, sup? Let me join you guys because I don't like my dad that much either. I'm going to be real with you, Chief." And then they're like, okay. So all four of them fight Nova. Then Pulsar stumbles upon William and he's like, hey, let's have a talk. And William's like, fine. We can talk, I guess. And then he explains himself to William. William forgives him and says sorry. They both apologize to each other. They're friends again, like they should be. And then there's a whole big fight with Nova, and they think they defeat him. Ruby thought she defeated him, but then he's like, "Yo, I have a second health bar." And also thank you for joining in. I have not seen you in a long time. I hope you are well, and you know. Obviously, thank you for the reactions in the past that you did. Yeah, I don't have much to say, but, you know, thank you for your support for the channel in the past. But anyways, yeah, Nova's like, yo, I have a second health bar, you can't defeat me. I have the power of Etheria and my own. And then Necrosis is like, well, I'm going to sacrifice myself for y'all. See ya. Not really. He's like, I have a plan. And the Ruby's like, okay, I trust you. And then he ends up sacrificing himself. And Nova, you know, gets wrecked. He does too. And that's how the series ends. Well, you know, obviously there's some, like, you know, epilogue stuff at the end of the episode, but... you know, that was what I had planned left. Obviously, you know, it would have been a lot cooler if I had the full version, but that was the shortened version that I had done. I don't remember the full version. Obviously, there was a lot of similarities. When I might do a reaction to your unused animations. Gotcha. Yeah, you know. Part of me was like, I wanted to, like, just be like, I'm gonna finish Realm of the Forgotten episode 2, and then I'll quit. But then I was like, no, what would be the point of quitting if I'm gonna finish that episode? Because it'll just be half-assed if I do that and then quit. So I just was like, okay, I'll just upload all the rest of what I had. What game are you playing? I'm playing Genshin Impact. Because I'm addicted to this game, and I needed something to play in the background. I didn't want to have the visuals of this live stream just be blank. That wouldn't be very interesting. So I figured, all right, I'm gonna choose a game to play in the background. It was between this, Slime Rancher 2, and Pokemon Scarlet. And Slime Rancher 2 makes my PC incinerate for whatever reason. Pokemon Scarlet has, like, no frame rate because it's poorly optimized game. And, yeah, this one I like the most out of those, and it actually runs really well, so I'm doing this. But yeah, I don't know how much longer I'll stream. Can be for... Is there a heal? There is a healer, dude. But if anyone has any questions at all, feel free to ask. I don't care. I can answer anything. Hey, just real quick, unrelated to you. I'm curious. Do you know about Suncakes? I do not. I do not know. Probably heard of it at some point. But, you know. Oh my god. You are little... Die! Okay, there we go. I do this all the time on stream. I have a thought in my head that I want to say, and then I forget it instantly. It's always on stream. Probably because, you know, there's just a lot going on, and I'm thinking of like 500 things at once. This is why people probably thought in the past that I might have ADHD. This is why. Alright, can you... But yeah, so if anyone has any other questions, because I'm running out of things to say, you know, be my guest. Go right ahead, because my brain no worky right now, so. Me personally, I don't have much to say left. But I'm happy to answer any questions that anyone has. Mainly because, you know, might as well answer anything, because this is my last time here. You go back in time, what would you do? That's a really tough question.
I'll be fine.
I mean, obviously, you know, anytime I think about that question, it's like when the 3 a.m. thoughts kick in, I'm like, oh, I regret doing that. But a lot of things the things I regret the most are like things that you know, probably, you know, gave me some form of character development. So, I don't know. I don't know exactly what I would not do. Other than like say like stupid things I said, you know. I'd get rid of those. As long as I didn't think they affected anything really. Most of them I don't think would. I don't know. My biggest regrets would, if I got rid of those, I would probably, assuming like, you know, once I deleted them, they would also be deleted from my, they would just like completely alter the timeline of reality, and I'd be a different person. So, you mentioned Pokemon? Yeah, I'm a... Pokemon is the one thing I just can't get away from. I've been a Pokemon nerd since I was like 10, maybe even younger, and I just cannot get away from it, no matter how many times. As you've said, Phoenix is better than Redemption. Can you give us as why? Because I was a better writer. I had never written anything before I'd written Redemption, and holy crap, there were so many flaws with it. It was insane. Redemption was a mess of just rewriting and rewriting and rewriting and rewriting. Yeah, it was bad. Phoenix was a lot better because I kind of knew what I was doing. Learned from my mistakes of Redemption, and I, tried to make a better story. It was also more original. Not that, Redemption had no originality, because it definitely did. But, I've heard of Pokemon, not crazy about it, though. I've been the biggest Pokemon nerd since, like, forever, man. I just cannot get away from that. And yet I reacted to it. But yeah, I mean, I feel like every person, for the most part, the more stories they make, the better they get at writing them. That was definitely the case for me. I'd say in terms of writing, Redemption was like a 3, Phoenix was like a 5, maybe, yeah, I'd only give it a 5. And Realm of the Forgotten was probably like a 9. You know, if I actually had freaking finished it. And, you know, that was so obviously assuming I finished Phoenix too. Have you heard of the Pokemon Fusion game? Yeah, I saw someone, if I'm thinking of the same one you're referring to, I think it's called Pokemon Infinite Fusion. I saw a YouTuber play it the other day. Looks like it could be fun. I might play it at some point. I probably will if I remember to. How do you feel about Security Breach as a whole? I like Security Breach's game. It is a best FNAF game as a game. Let me specify. The best FNAF game as a game. Like, we're ignoring the story, everything else, just the gameplay. It is the best FNAF game. However, as a FNAF game, it is not the best game. I know it's very confusing, but, like, FNAF doesn't thrive off of the gameplay. It thrives off of its story, its characters, its lore. So, which Security Breach really flopped on. So, from that perspective, yeah, it not the greatest. But as a game, it's good. It's a fun game to play. I'd say it's the best well-designed game. Wish you luck on your second channel. Thank you. I've had my second channel made for I think a year and a half now, right? It's really been that long. No way it's been that long. I think it has been. But yeah, it's been fun, and I will continue to have fun with it. Have you got Legends of Zelda Tear of the Kingdom? I don't know what that is. I'm not a Zelda fan. I don't know anything about Zelda. Not that I don't like Zelda, it was never part of my childhood, like most Nintendo games. I didn't have any form of console. Speak Finn. Wait, second channel? Yeah, I've had a second channel for a while. I don't think most people have known about it, even though I've promoted it a few times. But I linked it in the goodbye video that I made. Yeah, it's there. So I invited anyone who still wants to watch me. You know, I won't be doing anything animation there. It's gonna be like probably just gaming and some other fun stuff. But it exists for anyone who just wants to watch me because they like me as a person. And not because, you know, they just want to see animations. It exists. It's called Chadman Finn. If you don't want to go, if you can look that up. I don't know if that's the first thing that shows up or not, but there is 100% a link in the goodbye video in the description of it. Anyways, like I said, I've never played anything Legends of Zelda. I've never seen anything Legends of Zelda. I didn't have any like sort of console growing up, because when I grew up, we didn't have a computer. Well, we had a computer, but all I played on there was Minecraft, and then it broke after a few years, and then we didn't get anything after that. But so I've never played like Sonic or Zelda or anything like that. Might as well say what's your favorite Pokemon? Also got it. Favorite Pokemon? That is something I have thought about for many a year. When I was younger, it was Infernape. For the past few years, it's been like Sceptile. Part of me wants to say it's Greninja. I'd say it's between Sceptile and Greninja. I'm just gonna go with what I've said for a while and say Sceptile. But yeah. I feel like most people's favorite Pokemon is either a starter or something like Lucario or I don't know. But I feel like most people's favorite Pokemon is a starter. All I had was a DS, and I have a PS4, Switch, and no 3DS. Yeah, no, when I was younger, I didn't have anything. I bought myself a 3DS when I was in 7th grade, I think? Yeah, 7th grade. Maybe 8th grade. It might have been 8th grade. And that was my first and only ever, well, not only ever, because it broke after like a year, and then I bought a 2DS. But three of Ash's top Pokemon. True, actually. You're right. Those were three of Ash's most powerful Pokemon. Yeah, definitely Infernape and Greninja, the reasons were the anime. Sceptile is because my first ever Pokemon game I played was Pokemon Omega Ruby. And he was my first Pokemon. And the first Pokemon I ever got to a level 100. I feel like people's favorite Pokemon would be something like Charizard or something like that. Definitely Charizard. I think Charizard is the most hated and the most loved Pokemon of all time. Hated because he's so popular and loved because he's Charizard. I personally don't have any problem with Charizard. I like Charizard. I think he's cool. He's not like my favorite Pokemon ever, but I think he's cool. I don't have any problem with him. Not crazy about Pokemon, but I've heard of Hypno and found it enjoyable. Oh dear. The Jared from Subway Pokemon. Read Pokemon XY anime. Oh, absolutely a 10. I love the anime. I hate the Pokemon, the XY games. They're so boring and so bland. The anime is probably the best, if not the best, second best to Diamond and Pearl anime. But the anime, I don't know. It's hard to say. I think I might say it's just straight up the best one. Super non-Detective Pikachu. I have not watched Detective Pikachu movie. I know Shan has. I have not. Probably never will. Yeah, it's just not really something I'm too interested in watching. Man, this has just become a, what's your opinion on this thing? Which I'm fine with. I don't care. It's fine. You know? What better way to send off than on a good note? Do you think the XY is what got Lucario popular? No, absolutely not. Lucario's always been popular. I mean, my brother, well, I have two brothers. I don't want to say older, because I'm older than him. The older of the two younger brothers I have. His favorite Pokemon was Lucario when we were younger. I think everyone kind of liked Lucario. And alright. See you later. Enjoy your day. But anyways, I think Lucario was always kind of popular. I don't think there was ever one he wasn't. If it wasn't for, like, the movie, it was for the games. If it wasn't for the games, it was for some other reason. I don't know. Any YouTubers you've watched besides your friends? Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, the only YouTuber that is my friend is Shan. And he never uploads ever. No hate, Shan. No hate. I doubt I'll ever watch this, but love you, Shan. No, don't hate me. But you know it's true. You never upload. But yeah, no, I watch a lot of YouTubers. There's this one like big kind of group of YouTubers I watch. I don't know if you've probably heard of some of them if you know YouTubers. I watch Smitty. I watch Grizzy. I watch Blarg, Big Puffer, The Dew, Soup. You know, that's all I can think of off the top of my head. Then I gotta get going. Wish you luck in your channel. Enjoy your day. Miss the channel so much. You enjoy your day too, and thank you. I I've been very consistent with uploading on that second channel, so if you guys want to see consistent uploads for Brave Thought, there it is.
Goldfish as pets?
What? Why do you think Ash eventually got it? Why do you think Ash eventually got one in the recent anime? My best guess is because it's two reasons. One, because Lucario's popular, and Ash was catching just a bunch of popular Pokemon. He caught Dragonite and Gengar, for God's sakes. But also because he needed, like, I think they wanted him to have a Pokemon that Mega Evolved, and that was a popular Pokemon that Mega Evolved. The other reason, like, for the in-lore reason, is that Ash... It's been a recurring thing that, yeah, that Ash has the power to sense aura, and that's the greatest thing. Question I've always wanted to ask: how much pain is animating? I'm considered animated. Very much painful. If it's fun at first because it's something new, and you're like, whoa, I can create things. But after like maybe 2 years, it's pretty painful because it's very monotonous. And if you're not animating for fun and you're animating out of obligation, then it's not fun. But I would say, you know, first 2 years it's pretty fun. Especially if you don't have people criticizing your animations. That makes it a lot less fun. Anyways, how does your family feel about your animations? My family has always been supportive of my animations and always been supportive of, you know, what I do. They thought it was really cool. I think the first time I showed my mom my animation, she cried. So that was nice. But, yeah. And they supported my decision to quit, too. They understood, you know, especially since I'm going to college now. They were like, yeah, we get it. You're in college now. It's kind of hard to have that time-consuming hobby and, you know, yeah. But my family has always been supportive of my animations, which I'm glad for. I appreciate both my parents for that. How is you and your keyboard's relationship? If you don't have one for a reason, I don't know. Alright, are you calling me out because I am known to rage? If so, how did you know that? No, I'm kidding. My keyboard. Well, this keyboard's probably the nicest treated. I have broken 2 keyboards in my lifetime? Or is it just one? I don't know. I think it's only been one. I absolutely destroyed it while raging. There's other one where I messed the shift key up, but it didn't break. Basically an ass every question I had since yes. That's fair. I don't mind whatsoever. Other question, is there a FNAF animation series you've enjoyed? Besides Vengeance is Eternal? I have one, but it's kind of controversial. So, I don't know if I want to say it, because I'm going to get judged by, like, everyone. Also, to finish up answering that question, this keyboard, you know, it's alright. It's nothing too bad. It's intact. I've treated this one the nicest, for sure. It's definitely gotten slapped a few times. But nothing's broken on it, or scratched, or anything. The WASD keys are very worn out. The D key is basically gone. Or not gone, but like the, you know, the writing of the D is gone on it. None of the keys are like damaged. They're just, you know. I had absolutely no clue you rage sometimes. I meant while you were animating. Oh, I'm like, you know, animating. Way better than mine. I treat it worse than any of my friends, so I can't imagine what you're referring to. Any games you want to let us know what you're playing on your second channel? Me and Shan have been nuzlocking, doing a randomizer nuzlock on Pokemon Sword and Shield. So that will be... I'll start editing those videos soon. I don't know if I have anything else planned. I've like me and Shan been doing a Minecraft thing. I have like a Minecraft modded thing. I'll edit those at some point. Don't know how soon though, because I'm fan. And yeah. I played Subnautica in the past on my channel, but I've been thinking about doing a hardcore Subnautica playthrough. That may or may not happen. We'll see. Any other games I don't really have too much plans for. I hear Sealy. Where is he? Oh, there you are, you little brat.
Speed of light. What?
Have you and Shan actually met in person so many times? Never. Not once. Shan was actually going to move to not around where I live, but kind of near. Same state. So we were planning to meet up soon, but then the place said nah. So hopefully he'll figure something else out, and we will get to meet IRL soon. I have talked about him to my family, and my mom especially thinks he's cool. Here's one question I've always wanted to ask. Since the end of the Redemption series. Ooh boy. Why was the restart into Phoenix? Well, originally it was going to have a Season 2 in Corrupt Cosmos, but then that got canceled, so. The Redemption series was the only series I've ended properly. It ended exactly how it was intended to end. I was going to have a sequel in Corrupt Cosmos, which would have made a lot more sense than Phoenix, but it was something I didn't feel like I could do / wanted to do, so I did Phoenix instead. Probably an answer. No, it's fine. Yeah, no, Phoenix was just a replacement for Corrupt Cosmos, so it was gonna get a sequel either way, and it was ended properly, the way it was intended to be ended. Intended to be ended. That's a fun sentence. I feel like I may have missed a question. Just want to make sure. No, I didn't miss any. Okay. Is there any other game you wanted to play but couldn't? That's a good question, actually. There's been a few games I've wanted to play, but never have. I can't think of any off the top of my head, though, because most of them I have played now. I don't know. I thought about this like a few weeks ago, I think. Maybe not a few days ago, but I don't remember what they are. Pokemon Black and White I've never played, so I'll probably gonna play that at some point. Detroit Become Human's a game I probably will play at some point. It's a game that I want to play at some point in my life before I go poof. Don't know when, but I want to play it at some point. I can't think of any other games I've always wanted to play, but haven't. / can't. There's probably something. I just can't think of it off the top of my head. What's your favorite Minecraft mod? I don't know. Mob can mean, and I don't know. I don't really have one. I don't think. The Sniffer, because he's funny. I don't know. Allay, maybe? I have tons of other questions to ask, if you don't mind. Go right ahead. I literally made this stream so people could ask questions before I, leave this channel. So. I mean, obviously, if you wanted, you could, Well, then again, I don't know if I'll ever stream on my second channel. I probably maybe will at some point, but I don't know. Never have before. So yeah, this probably would be the best chance to ask questions. So yeah, no, like I said, this is 4 questions. So go right ahead, ask anything. This is an ask me anything, more or less. While I have freaking Genshin in the background trying to find chests. We have until the end of the stream, yeah. And I don't have really a time limit for that since I don't really have anything to do. I mean, obviously I'm gonna end at some point, but don't feel like, you know, you're annoying me or anything. This one is more so related to anime. Have you watched JoJo's? No, I've not. I don't know if it's a shonen anime. It's probably not a shonen anime. But I'm not a fan of, like, shonen anime. Like, Attack on Titan, Demon Slayer. Okay, I'll say Demon Slayer is okay. But I'm not a fan of, like, things like Attack on Titan or... What is other shonen anime? Jujutsu Kaisen, things like that. Yeah, ask me one last time. Yeah, that's basically the stream. Ask me one last time before I go to the section. I watch a lot of anime. I think I've watched almost 150 different anime total. But shonen anime is just not my thing. I'm more a fan of, like, fantasy, romance, or drama, or stuff like that. I love your design of William and Phoenix because you turned a terrible design. I'm actually... Based opinion. I actually like Scraptrap's design. I know a few people who do as well. Chan does too. But I actually like Scraptrap's design. There are some things that I feel like could be definitely done differently, but I like what it was going for. And that's why Night Trap is Night Trap, because, yeah. Shonen Classic. Yeah, okay. I thought it was. I just wasn't sure. I don't, I don't want to group it in there and then all the JoJo stands be like, "How dare you? It is not a shonen anime. It is whatever it is." Anime fans can get really heated. I would know. I'm not very heated with anime. I love anime bits, but I'm not like I don't know. The only thing that would really tick me off if someone said like Data Live was trash, or No Game No Life was mid. Opinion on Ash Greninja? Coolest thing ever. Legitimately, the coolest thing in the Pokemon anime as a whole. What are your thoughts on Burn Trap from Secure Breach? Terrible. Absolutely awful. The design is so lazy. It's just, they just stole Ignited Springtrap from T-Jock, but made him more, like, weird looking. It's lazy design. It's terribly executed boss. Most boring boss battle ever. He barely showed up in any of the whatever. I don't know. Thing about me is, my favorite character in all of FNAF is William, and will forever be William. I want him to get his spotlight. And this whole bullcrap with the Mimic is really ticking me off, and I really hope... I'll accept it if Burn Trap is the Mimic. I will not accept it if Glitch Trap is the Mimic, because William's been so cucked over in FNAF that I just cannot... I don't think I could support the FNAF story anymore if William's not in it, because there's no way in heck his story is finished. We still don't even know the reason why he killed any of the kids. How can a story be finished if we don't even know that? If we don't even know why the whole series is existing? What kind of anime do you dislike? My Hero Academia? Yeah, I'm with you there. I'm not a fan of My Hero Academia. My least favorite anime that I have personally watched, because I've never watched like things like JoJo or Attack on Titan. I just know I don't really like... I don't know. Yeah. But like least favorite anime I've ever watched is Lucky Star. Most boring thing I've ever sat through. Most important question, Mega Charizard X or Y? Y has the better shiny, X has the cooler design. Both are good though. think we should stop talking about security breach. I'm gonna play frickin'. Speaking of Secure Breach, I'm gonna play Ruin and record it. So when it comes out, so that's gonna be a thing on my second channel. I should say that. I forgot about that because I forgot it was coming out so soon. But yeah, me and Shen are gonna play it together, and I will be recording that and playing for my second channel. Excited for the FNAF movie. I wouldn't say excited. I think it might be cool. But I don't know. It feels very different, which I guess makes sense. But like, I don't know. I've only seen the one trailer, but like, I don't know. It's I don't know. We'll see. I'm not really a movie person, if I'm being honest. I don't like movies. Also, my thing with FNAF movie is it was like in the works for like 10 years or something. I don't think it wasn't that long, but it was like 7 years or something. So I kind of lost interest in it like after like 2 years. Obviously, my interest has been a little bit revitalized after the trailer, but yeah. Hope you do well in the future. Thanks. I appreciate it. It was 8 years. Jeez. Yeah. That was way too long. I'm not a man of patience. I'm not a super impatient person, but I'm not a super patient person either. I'm like somewhere in between. Alright, seems like maybe half of the viewers have left. So, if anyone else has any more questions, go forth and ask them. If no one has any more questions, I'll just end the stream. Because I don't think I have anything, me personally. I don't think I got anything else to say. This is mainly for you guys, not myself, because just subbed to the second channel. Nice. Thank you for your subscription. I will, like I said, unlike this channel, I upload pretty consistently. For the past, like, few months, I've been uploading there every other day. You have 5 last questions. Go ahead and ask them. 640 hours in TOTK. I don't know what TOTK is. I don't know. I feel like I should know what that is. What is that abbreviated for? Please let me know. It's gonna bother me unless I know. Probably 3, actually. Well, you can ask 5, or you can ask 3, or you can ask 8. However many you need to ask. Do you play TF2? Nope. I know what it is, because if you use SFM, you know what it is. But I've never played it. Probably never will. I've never played any FPS game. Or, I guess, not FPS game. Just a shooter game. I've never played any form of game with gun. Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Ah, yeah. Yeah, I know a lot of people like that game. I've heard it's good. I don't know if it's my cup of tea, but, you know, glad people enjoy it. Which is, well, okay. Out of all the characters in both Redemption and Phoenix, who are the characters you think you wish you did more with? Nova. Nova for sure. All of the Realm of the Forgotten characters. I know that wasn't part of the question, but I just want to say I really upset that I didn't get to do Realm of the Forgotten because it was 100%, 5 billion times better than anything I would have ever made if I played it all the way through. Which character do you dislike the most in Phoenix Redemption? Oh, that's a good one. Probably none of them from Phoenix. It'd probably be a Redemption character. Dislike would be like found the most boring probably. So Grim Foxy, because I revived him and then I didn't do anything with him because I'm stupid. But if we're talking about dislike the most because of how I feel about them, Ruby. For reasons. If you know, you know. That's all I'm gonna say. Which character did you dislike which is your favorite character to animate? And Redemption or Phoenix? Nova, because he's cool. Why did you change the Crosis model from Redemption Finale to Corrupt Cosmos? Just because there was a newer model out for it. It was the updated model for it, and I thought it was cool. I don't blame you for not knowing Necrosis model was changed, because it was very slightly different. But it did change. Especially tell by, like, the eyes. But there was just an updated model for it. That's a simple answer. Why did you never revive Scrap Baby Elizabeth in Redemption? Because she was not a character I had any plans for. I didn't think, you know, her and Molten Freddy's were just kind of useless to me. I didn't really have any plans for them. A couple questions. What made you start the series? Which series? Or just all of them? I can answer all of them, I don't mind. For, how did you take what did you take inspiration from? How hard was the animating process? Alright. I'll just go through each series. Redemption, I started because of Shan, and also because I always wanted to make a series where, William was good and not a bad guy. What did you take inspiration from? I actually don't know. What did I think I said in the credits of Redemption. I think I said some of my inspirations. But there were, like, minute inspirations for most of them. Obviously, like, the main thing was, like, just, like, I don't know. I'm trying to think here. Was there any big inspirations for Redemption? Is Phoenix better, in your opinion, than the VIT remake? No, absolutely not. I mean, animation-wise, obviously, Vengeance is Eternal 2 remake is better. Story-wise, I don't know. I mean, obviously, you know, I don't have the best opinion of my own stuff. Realm of Forgotten was the only thing I have, like, high opinion of. But Phoenix, I don't really have a high opinion of. But Vengeance, you know, I love Shan series. I love what he does. What do you think about Blob's security breach? Okay. Man, so much. Okay, hold on. Let me go back to the other question. Blob from security breach I think is stupid, and I don't know why it exists, and I don't know what it is. How hard was the animating process? Phoenix, or Redemption's animating process was actually pretty simple compared to the other series. Phoenix, animating process, a little bit tougher, but it was kind of cool. Definitely the toughest series to animate. What made me start Phoenix? Redemption ended, and I needed a second season. I didn't need one, but I wanted to do one. And what did I take inspiration from? I took some inspiration from a few things that I don't remember off the top of my head. Oragairu for AZ. There's a few other things I took inspiration from. Obviously, Etheria, I took some inspiration from, like, Genesis from Shan. All the Cosmic Jury stuff, I think, I took, like, for some reason, not for some reason, but, like, somehow I took inspiration from Steven Universe for that, I think? I don't know. Yeah. I think there's another inspiration for Phoenix, but I can't remember it off the top of my head. Maybe, like, yeah, I don't know. And Realm of the Forgotten had a few inspirations, the main one being Higurashi When They Cry. Specifically Go and Sotsu. No Game, No Life was a little bit of an inspiration. Like, just the tiniest bit. Data Live was a bit of an inspiration. All these are animes, by the way, obviously, because Realm of the Forgotten was supposed to be, like, my attempt at making an anime. I don't think there's any other inspirations. Maybe, like, the slightest bit of Princess Connect. I don't know. But yeah. Redemption, I got, like, some bit from Vengeance. Surprisingly, the whole Nightmare thing was not inspired by Vengeance. Like, you know, Clay being Nightmare, like, having Nightmare as, like, the main guy pulling the strings. That was not inspired by Vengeance. I had always liked Nightmare as a character, and I thought he was mysterious and was kind of villain-like, and so that's why. How do you come up with Necrosis' character? He's your favorite character? Nice. Necrosis, I don't remember too much. I know I wanted someone who was pulling the strings a little bit more than Clay in Redemption, and that's why Necrosis came to be. But I wanted him to be a character who basically got killed in a very unfair way, and which is why he's very upset. And so I came up with Necrosis. Are you excited for VIA 3R? Also, did you know she was making a second season? Oh yeah, he told me he's making a second season of Vengeance way before he told anyone else.
Come on, enough procrastinating. Let's go.
I mean, and yeah, I'm excited for 3R. It'll probably be a while till it gets here, but I'm excited for it. Which means on John Desai, I don't watch John Desai because I'm not friends with the person who makes it anymore, because we went our separate ways many, many years ago. I don't think he likes me too much. So, I don't watch any of that stuff. Why'd you make Pulsar a thick anime enjoyer such obsessor? Because Shan always jokes about that stuff, and I wanted to make Pulsar like Shan. Obviously, he's a very exaggerated version of Shan, but that's where I got the idea for. Did I miss a question? I don't think I did, right? Did I get everything so far? There's a lot to catch up on. No, I got all the questions so far. Epic. Alright, good. I'm keeping up now. any other questions you may have? If not, let it be known, but if you do, speak. What am I trying to say? I don't know. Sorry for commenting. It's fine. One thing about me is I actually like viewer interaction. I like talking to the people who... Thank you, Kuchi. I like talking to the people who watch my videos. Because it is fun. And... yeah, I don't know. It's just something I've always liked. Which is why I'm sad that, you know... I was sad. I was very sad during when my channel was dying. Not because I was like, you know, not making any money or not getting views. Because no one was commenting anymore. Or no one was showing up to live streams. And I was like, oh, okay. The main reason I was doing my channel was for the people, but now the people are gone. Do you like anime, babes? Listen, everyone who watches anime as much as I do has their own taste in anime waifus. I will not say what my taste is, but I will say that I do have my tastes. If there was one character from both Redemption and Phoenix you could wipe out of existence, who would it be? Grim Foxy. Grim Foxy. Because he was useless. And for Phoenix, it would be... I guess either Jax or Ember. Ember? Maybe she could have been useful at some point. Jax, because he did nothing. And that's it. So, basically I'd wipe out the most useless characters. I wouldn't wipe out any character that I just, you know, was useful to the story in some way. Gonna be a character for me, not gonna lie. Fair enough, because I revived him, and then he didn't do anything. I was like, you know what, maybe Michael should have more screen time. But then he didn't get, he got a screen time from the episode he was revived in, and then he didn't really get any of the rest. Yeah, no, I don't blame you. I mean, like I said before, Redemption was rewritten at least 50 times. There was so much rewriting because I was just never satisfied with it. And yeah, that's why there's a lot of issues with it. How did you feel about the crossover vid Christmas Special Deep with Shan? That was so much fun. We had a lot of fun doing that. I wish we could have done that again, because that was cool. We both had a part in making the script. Obviously, we both had a part in doing the animation. Right. Yeah. If your OC was a FNAF character, who would it be? Well, for any of you longtime viewers of the channel, my OC was, like, I did have a FNAF OC thing. It was like a white, I wouldn't say Spring Bonnie looking-ish thing. It was almost like Molten Freddy and Spring Bonnie combined. Not really. But it had like blotches. I wouldn't say it was like Molten Freddy and Spring Bonnie combined. It was mainly like Spring Bonnie and like a fun time Spring Bonnie kind of looking thing. And it was like white mostly with like green. Looking at like brown spots maybe? I don't remember. But, yeah. But obviously for the past, like, 3-4 years, my OC has been just me. First it was a goofy version of me, and then in the past, like, 2 years, I changed it to just me. Very proud about the Christmas. It was a nightmare and Pulse rambling about Higurashi. Yeah, it's, here. This is how you spell it. I don't know why I did the "We Are Farmers" by accident. But, yeah. No, that was a funny bit. I laughed so hard. Shan animated that part. I laughed so hard at that when he showed it to me. That was the most I've ever laughed. It was hilarious. Wasn't your goal to see a white and green screen body with flesh? I didn't have any flesh things, but it did have, like, I think brown spots on its head, or was it green spot? I don't remember. But yes, you're right. It was a white spring Bonnie, where it was like and it had like a face split down the middle and like Fun Time eyes. So it was kind of like Fun Time mixed with Spring Bonnie. But yeah. MIOC was like a goofy version of me that Shan made with like big over the top hair and like sunglasses. And then I made my own finally. And it was just, you know, just me, but animeified.
You give, you receive.
Flesh things on his head. Those were brown spots. Okay, there were brown spots? Okay, yeah. No, they were just like, you know how Molten Freddy has kind of like some pieces on his face that are just like discolored? That's what it was. Same kind of deal. To me, the trans, I thought they were like flesh or some crap. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, sometimes I forget that I had that thing so long ago. It didn't have fangs, no. It just had like regular like Spring Bonnie teeth. I don't know if I have a picture of it anymore. I don't think I do. But it's in some very old videos of mine if you really want to look for it. You ever heard of Finance Anime 3D? Nope. Looking back at your old OC, it looks more like spots than flesh to me now. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it was just supposed to be like discolored spots. The only bit I can remember is...
Dad wants to know if you took a picture of the bed.
No.
Okay. Do you know what kind it was?
No.
Sorry about that, hold on.
Alright, there we go. She could have at least knocked. 2 years they thought it was exposed flesh. Dang. It was in some really old vids from like 2019. Oh jeez. But it was definitely in videos. I think in like my 100 subscriber or 150 subscriber special was just an animation with that thing. I know it's definitely been an old video. Hold on, I'm looking through my channel real quick. I'm scrolling down. Where it be? Where it be? Did I remove it from my that video from my channel? Hold on. If so, why? Why did you abandon me? I needed them, or I needed you, you needed me. Yes, I remember that whole script. Apparently, I don't see anything with it on my channel now, so whoopsie daisy. I thought I left that video at least, but guess not. That is an oopsie whoopsie on my part. The only videos. Okay. Well, there's no new episodes. Well, there was a few videos on my channel with it in the past. Not anymore, apparently, because I thought I left at least one video up with it, but I guess not. That's my B.
Come on, enough procrastinating. Let's go.
And kind of sad to see Phoenix not get a proper ending. Yeah. The thing with Phoenix is I really tried to give it some sort of ending, but I just couldn't because, like, you know, I don't know if you know, but like all the what am I trying to say here? All the people I had like made when I made Phoenix, I had a certain friend group, and all the people in said friend group kind of betrayed me. So after they left, I didn't really want to do Phoenix anymore, understandably so. Is Redemption better than the OG Events? If we're talking about Vengeance, the original like Vengeance 2, I'd say probably.
That's everything.
Because that thing was not made with a complete story in mind, but you know, anything Vengeance 3 was probably better than most of the Redemption. Okay, maybe 4 wasn't. 5, I don't know. I'm trying to look at this objectively because I don't think very highly of Redemption or Phoenix. But anyways, long story short, I had a good reason to not finish Phoenix, and I couldn't force myself to do it because it really did feel like I would have to force myself to do it if I wanted to finish it. So. Some real series of Phoenix really inspired me, but I've even been trying to use Blender. Blender is... I would never use Blender for animation. It is so complicated. I don't know how to do anything in Blender other than port models. It is just a nightmare to learn. I don't know anything about C4D. I know it's... in some ways it's better than a swim, in other ways not so much. Obviously Blender is the best animation program out of the 3 by a long shot. It's just the hardest to use by a long shot. What is better, Crypt Cosmos or VIE5? Crypt Cosmos sucks, man. What are you talking about? I mean, VIE5 was probably, like, you know, as Shane puts it, VIE5, a lot went wrong with it, but, you know, C4D is not better than Blender, like, just objectively speaking. I know all of them. I've never used C4D, but Shan and a lot of other people have tried it out, and it is not better than Blender. its lighting system could use a lot of work. And that's yeah. Like, SFM's lighting system is no... Blender definitely has the best lighting system out of all of them, by a long shot.
Let the show begin.
And also, I'm pretty sure C4D cost money for something that really shouldn't cost money, in my opinion. Because SFM's free. SFM's free? SFM's free. Blender is free. Even Blender wasn't free and just SFM was. I had... You know. What makes an animation system better or worse is lighting. Because you can do the same amount... More or less, you can do the same amount of movement in all three systems. So the animation... It would just come down to their lighting system and their optimization. I don't know anything about C4D's optimization, but their lighting system needs a lot of work. SFM does as well, but I've seen way more SFM videos with better lighting than I have seen C4D. I've never seen a C4D video with, like, the greatest lighting. Like, it can be okay, but, like, from people that are considered C4D gods, I'm like, your lighting's kind of average, dog.
Something on your mind again? Let's work through it together.
And just on your goodbye video.
Better than life.
Oh, wow. Well, you came just on time.
Just wait for it a little. Hey! Incoming.
I think VA was the best out of the OG things. Oh, quality-wise, yeah, it was the best quality, like lighting and whatever, out of the all the VIE before BAE2R. But, like, a lot of things Shan wanted to put in the video, he didn't, and there was a lot of just, I don't know, a lot of boringness. Spent money on it? Yeah, that's fair.
Get to the chase.
I always regret any time I spend money on something and don't really use it. I'm a big money saver. I don't like spending money too often. I say as I bought this skin for $30 on Genshin. That was a one-time thing, okay? Well, it wasn't just the skin that I bought for $30. It was like a bunch of Prima Gems that I had extra. But whatever, I'm trying to justify myself when I say I spent like 5 billion hours on this game. If I'm gonna spend money on any game, it would be this one.
Speed of light.
Also, word of advice. If you ever plan to be an animator or are an animator and are planning to be better, don't compare yourself to others. It is really easy to do. I know, because I did it 500 times. I compared myself to Shan all the time, even though he has like 3 extra years of experience that I don't. And, you know, just knows what he's doing, and I don't. But try not to. Because it will really mess up your mental health and your opinion of your stuff. Is kind of overrated. Okay, I'm not mad. Because I get it. Everything to me in VIE 4 is kind of boring other than the Nightmare. Why? Why did you abandon me? I thought that was a good scene. Mainly because that was my first, like, really solid voice acting thing that I did. Because in VIE 3, I just had one line. I don't remember what it was. Oh, it was, "So, how did it go?" Left, used to be an animator, left without saying anything. Fair enough. What is the most underrated FNAF character in your opinion? I don't know. I don't even know what's popular and what's not in FNAF anymore. I mean, I guess, you know, for me, I would say most underrated character is Scraptrap. because I really like Scrap Track, and I have a few friends who also like Scrap Trap. So I guess that is what I'd say. Do you plan to continue voice acting for Nightmare in VA? Of course I do. I will continue to do voice acting for Shan for as many times as he asks me. He is my best friend. I will do anything for that man, for the most part. Everyone has their boundaries. But, you know, obviously I want to help him out in any way I can. Also, just because I don't like animating anymore, it doesn't mean I don't like voice acting anymore. Voice acting's fun. Always has been. I actually right after I graduated high school, I wanted to be a voice actor. That didn't work out, but, you know, still fun for me. And I will always voice act for Shan, because Shan is cool. And I like being characters. I like being his characters. Your voice actor for his Nightmare is amazing? Thank you. I really appreciate that. I put so much work into voice acting for Nightmare. More so than other characters. Mainly because, A, I know a lot of people are going to be watching that compared to other things. B, here's my first voice acting role ever.
As in business,
And C, because I really feel like in tune with the character. I really feel Nightmare. I understand, feel like I understand him, and I know a lot about him, and I understand why he does the things he does, and so I empathize with him. And so I really, really get into character for Nightmare.
seize the opportunity while it's there.
Can't wait for the day to see Phantom spiral into madness. Nice. I think there's a video made by Shane of him going crazy or something.
This is
Our
our work's done for the day.
maybe?
Shall we take a stroll?
I don't know. Phantom's always crazy. Burn Trap? I'm not a fan of Burn Trap at all. I just don't like it. I said it earlier in the stream. He's literally he just ignited Spring Trap, but weird looking. And I'm just not a fan. And I'm also not a fan of his execution, because he just did nothing. You know that Burn Trap has voice lines that beam after? Yes, I do know that. Phantasm turned transparent. Oh yeah, I remember that video.
Come on, enough procrastinating. Let's go.
Yeah, I hope Shan does, you know, finish off Vengeance properly. If he does, it's going to take like 5 billion years because he really doesn't animate anymore. It's very rare he ever does. He really doesn't do anything ever. No hate, Shan, but you really just don't do anything. Oh, that thing was made for fun. It was. If think you're referring to which I think you're referring to, it was just a for fun thing. It was like a Steven Universe parody. No, I disagree with that because if it was another person, I'd be fine with it. However, because it's a mindless robot who has no will of its own, the Mimic makes Security Breach, what was the other game called? Help Wanted, and any other future game absolutely useless. It makes zero sense for them to do that. If Glitch Trap specifically, if Burn Trap is just a walking thing that is controlled, whatever. But if William just doesn't exist in the game and like Glitch Trap is not William and is the Mimic, then it makes the rest of the continued FNAF story useless because it has no will of its own. So it means just all of this happened by pure coincidence, and yeah. It basically gives 0 point to any of the FNAF story moving forward because it's just... There's no, like, drive, there's no emotion, there's no anything. It's just pure coincidence and misunderstandings and just... random nonsense is happening because, yes, because a random robot just decided to Control-C, Control-V. If it was another person, fine. But... there's no excuse for them to not just go with William. If they're like, oh, we did it bad one time, then you just make it better and ruin. You're literally making a DLC. Like, it's so easy to just not mess up on William if you take your time with it. There's no reason they should do... I don't know. I'm very passionate about this because William's always been my favorite character in FNAF. And I feel like he's really been screwed over. I don't think he's gotten anywhere near enough screen time. Like I said before in the stream, we don't know even why he's doing any of these things. It's been like 8 years and we don't know why he is we just don't know why he did anything he did. So yeah, and another thing, like, the big finale for William, FNAF 6, it didn't say anything. I just really think William needs a lot more screen time. You know, Sewell was planning on making a game for the Origin of Fazbear? Yeah, they said they might. I don't think they said they will. They said they might. I hope they do. And if they do that, I hope they do show... if they do that... I hope they do show the origins of that. But still, even so, it really does make William, not William, but it really does still screw over William and still makes just Vanessa, Gregory, all the rest of the characters absolutely useless. Every character would be useless in the new FNAF story. And I'm not saying that because it's not William. I'm saying that because it's a mindless robot that has no will of its own, is controlling the strings. That just so happened to see William kill kids and Control-C, Control-V'd it. And it's like, it has no thoughts, it has no emotions. So what's the point of anything then? There is none. There's 0 point to the story. If it was a new person, if like Vanessa was the main villain and Glitch Trap was, I don't know, if it wasn't William, it would still have to be another person. Then that would be fine. I would accept that. However, the way things are, I cannot accept it. I'm just saying that I hope a Mimic is just either not a thing in the games, or it's only Burn Trap and Glitch Trap is still William. That is my hot take. Me and Shan have discussed it. He agrees with me. Tales from Peaks Plex gave insight on the Mimic's origins. Yeah, the Mimic was some random robot, some random dude built that is completely irrelevant, and it randomly saw William kill kids and randomly decided to copy that. It doesn't have any emotions. It doesn't have a will of its own. It just copies things. It is literally a printer for actions. That is why I hate, you know, all the people are like, yeah, the Mimic. Oh yeah, this is so much better than what was going on before. It's like, no, it's not. It's 100 times worse.
You give, you receive.
I'd totally be fine. Well, not totally be fine, but I would accept it a million times more if Glitchtrap was someone else, but he was a person that actually had a will, a passion, a drive, some motivation for doing something. Not some random robot that doesn't have any thoughts or emotions or anything and just is like, haha, printer, go over. I'm going to copy all of your things. I just don't see why people are so gung-ho about this. I don't know. I hope it's just a minority, and I hope that, you know, most people understand why it would be a bad thing for the story. I don't know. I really want FNAF's story to be good. Like, continue to be good. I don't know. It seems like some poor decisions are being made. Like, I forgave Steelwool because I just chalked it up to they were rushed by PlayStation and by the fans. But if the Mimic comes to fruition and is both Burn Trap and Glitch Trap in the games, then I might lose all hope in the FNAF story. I'm gonna be honest. When I've seen people are so happy about the meme because they are all sick actors. Yeah, people are like that. They're like, we hate popular thing just because it's popular. And then we're going to like new thing even if it's not good just because it's new. Either they're that or they're like, I don't know. It's dumb. It's stupid. I don't think any of them have stopped and thought once about like the logistics of the Mimic. Like, it's not that I'm against new things happening for the series. Of course, I want it to be new and fresh, but only if it's done right. Like, if it's done wrong, like the way they're doing it, then I'm not going to be happy with it. And I'm not sick of William. Even if he wasn't my favorite character, I don't think he's gotten anywhere near enough screen time, and we've not been given any insights on how he feels about anything or why he's done any of these things. It's ridiculous. Like, he's the main character, but we don't know anything about him. How long have I been streaming? Jeez. Oh lord, that's 2 hours. Alright. I'll probably stop in like 10 minutes. So if you have any more questions, feel free to ask them before I end the stream. Again, last time I'm plugging this, second channel is linked in the goodbye video if you haven't already seen that. If you want to see more from me, it won't be animations, but it's mainly a gaming channel and some other fun stuff. But if you still want to, you know, see more, then go right ahead and sub to that. I think the Golden Freddy has completely given up and trying to kill Afton. Who knows? It's kind of hard to say if Golden Freddy has or not. And there is a possibility for the real F to come back. Yeah, that'd be a very interesting plot twist. I would forgive Steelwool if that did happen. But I don't know. I don't know. Thanks, Yoimiya. This man keeps coming back. What would you prefer, Afton coming back or Vanny trying to carry on his legacy? I prefer William coming back, personally. I have not been given a reason to care about Vanny. Because she's literally done nothing in the story so far. At all. I mean, I'd like her to do stuff in the story, but I have no reason to care about her because she's done nothing. And it's, from the looks of it, she seems to not be, like, completely evil either. Like, she seems to be maybe being controlled by Glitchtrap. So, I don't know if that would even work without William. Which is another thing. If it's the Mimic, how can there's no way Glitchtrap can control anything without being William, right? I don't know. This just wouldn't make much sense to me. Like, sure, if there was a Mimic and it just saw William kill kids, sure, it could mimic that, but it couldn't, like, mimic mind control because it doesn't have thoughts. To mind control someone, you have to have thoughts of your own.
Everything. On to the next.
I don't know. I'm trying to put logic into a game that has kids stuffed into robot suits and then they came to life. What is wrong with me? Why do I try? Why do I bother? Alright. Well, if no one has any more questions, that will wrap this up. So, if you have anything more, say it now. If not, that... Oh, geez. Wait a minute. Plot twist. Glitchtrap is the main Trap is acting. Farewell himself can be taken over by the blog too. Not. Or in short, kids who are fans of furries. This stuff is their favorite animal fursuits. Only they rented a human eggplant. Lovely. Alright. Well, that about sums up this stream. Thank you for watching. Hope to see some of you on the second channel in the comments sections and whatever. But yeah. See you on the flip side, and goodbye to Boss Man Finn channel. Let it rest in peace.